For the first time, a man who admits to working as an imposter cop in Nashville is answering questions from WSMV4 Investigates.
Our thin blurred line investigation exposed how people who aren't state-certified police wore police badges and vests.
He agreed to answer questions from our chief investigative reporter, Jeremy Finley. And Jeremy, he admits what he did was wrong.
Yeah, that's right, Marius. And ultimately, he said he had no choice but to turn the tables on the company he was working for, the security company, Solaren Risk Management. But the CEO of that company says they aren't the ones to blame for what he did.
That is my vest that I wore.
In the back of Josh Jeter's vehicle is something he does not consider a badge of honor.
I took an oath. I kind of like the law and don't want to break it.
He's talking about this. It's a patch issued to him by the security company Solaren. When he left his job as a deputy at the Williamson County Sheriff's Department, he knew that meant he couldn't work security as an off-duty police officer. When you leave a police department in Tennessee, you lose your state certification to even work off-duty as police. So after Solaren gave him a badge like this one, reading off-duty police, he admits to wearing it for a while, until members of the public thought he was police.
The perception was there. I got approached for this and that. Somebody stole my wallet, took a razor blade to it, and I cut the word police off of it.
Fast forward to last month's hearing, in which Solaren faces 62 state violations for allowing people like Jeter to wear police identification. Remember, Jeter only ever worked for the Williamson County Sheriff's Department. So when it was his turn to take the stand, he was presented this, a letter from the Millersville Police Department, along with a commission card, all within his personnel file at Solaren. It reads that he worked for Millersville as a reserve officer, therefore allowing him to wear off-duty police. Here's what Jeter testified.
This is a completely fabricated letter from Millersville Police stating that I was a reserve there and I never was. I couldn't find Millersville on a map. I was sweating bullets up there. They assumed that I was going to play along and get on the stand and say that that letter was real and that the commission card was real.
The implications are that your company doctored this, that you provided the letter, that you provided the commission card, and this was all made up so people like Josh Jeter can work as off-duty law enforcement.
I think that's preposterous. I think it's an absolute demonstrative lie.
The CEO of Solaren, Jack Bird, says his company didn't know the letter was fake. Bird says it was Jeter who uploaded the letter and commission card to his Solaren file.
I'm ashamed of him. Why would you lie?
Why would he risk lying to a judge over a commission card?
I have no idea. It's bewildering. It's disgusting. It's shameful.
Take a close look at the letter. The name at the signature, Dustin Carr, is the former Millersville police chief who now works for Solaren. Have you talked to Dustin Carr about this? Does he remember signing this letter?
I think for the remainder of, until this investigation is done, we're going to kind of firewall that off from me and him. I don't want anyone to ever be able to question our integrity, his, mine, our organization.
In an email to WSMV4 Investigates, Carr wrote that this is not his signature. Quote, I have no knowledge of how this fabricated letter came to exist. Yet another dispute? Jeter says before the hearing, Bird told him about the Millersville letter.
He asked me if I had any recording devices on me or my phone. I said no. He said, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get with somebody who's going to make a letter to make it look like you were a reservist at another agency somewhere, probably Millersville. And then we're going to make you a commission card, and then you'll be good to go. I didn't think he was serious, because that's falsifying documents.
That's what he said happened. Do you dispute that?
Bold-faced lies.
Wow, Jeremy, we're talking about fraudulent documents introduced as evidence in a state hearing. How does that play into a judge's decision?
Yeah, Marius, I asked the spokesman for the Secretary of State's office that coordinated the hearing if the judge was going to consider all of this as she makes her ruling. That spokesman says that they would not be discussing what the judge will be reviewing, that her ruling will speak for itself. I'm going to let you know when she makes that ruling. Tracy?
All right, Jeremy Finley, thank you.